Good, happy Monday morning, May 18, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday morning edition of Good Morning, New Hampshire. It's time to rise and shine, everyone. Let's get this Monday off to a good start. We have a little bit of everything for you in this program in Good Morning, New Hampshire, so let's begin. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy some Good Morning, New Hampshire. But first, we're going to begin with the news. We're going to start off with local news first. Let's begin. First up, one additional COVID-19 related death, 41 new cases announced. Cases total 3,596 in New Hampshire since the start of the pandemic. Death toll 172. The Department of Health and Human Services has announced one additional death related to COVID-19 and 41 new positive test results for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. There have now been 3,596 cases of COVID-19 diagnosed in New Hampshire. Several cases are still under investigation. Of those complete information, one individual is under the age of 18, and the rest are adults, with 37% being women and 63% being men. The new cases reside in Hillsborough, 23, Rockingham, 9, Carroll, 3, Belknap, 2, Stratford, 2, and Merrimack, 1. The county of residence is being determined for one new case. The death was announced as a woman who was 60 years of age and older from Hillsborough County, bringing the state's total death to 172. 12 new COVID-19 hospitalizations were reported, with 359 of the 3,596 positive cases resulting in hospitalizations, according to health officials. Coronavirus in New Hampshire, what you need to know, information. Let's take a look right now. And here is a look at that COVID-19 information. There are 3,596 number of people in New Hampshire who have tested positive for COVID-19. 1,486,423 number of people in the United States who have tested positive. 172 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. 359 number of people who have been hospitalized with COVID-19 in New Hampshire, and 89,562 number of deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. This map of New Hampshire shows you where current cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 538. And this map here shows you where total cases of COVID-19 are. Manchester, 832. And now let's take a look at these three charts here. New cases each day in New Hampshire in the purple, daily new positive COVID-19 cases. In the orange, new hospitalizations, and in the red are the deaths. Now let's take a look at this chart here. Current cases. Current COVID-19 cases in the purple, and in the orange, current hospitalizations. And total cases. Total COVID-19 cases in the purple, total hospitalizations in the orange, red deaths in the blue recovered. This chart here shows you by age group. This chart here shows you by female and male. And this chart here shows you risk information. This chart here shows you race/ethnicity of cases. This chart here shows you percent of New Hampshire population. Your common symptoms: fever, lack of smell, cough, chills, and difficult breathing. How it spreads, and prevention tips. sit-down meals return to some New Hampshire restaurants today. Restaurants can serve at outdoor seating or takeout. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Beltate's building supply has been classified an essential business, and we take this responsibility very seriously. Now you have the option to place your orders via phone or email to orders@beltates.com for free delivery or curbside pickup. Stay safe because you matter to us.
The tables are in place.
And everything's 6 feet apart.
For the first time in 28 years, the parking lot at Billy's Sports Bar in Manchester will become its only dining and drinking area. It's just one of New Hampshire's restaurants ready to reopen Monday to customers under specific state guidelines.
People have been calling, making reservations already. People are excited about coming out.
Adapting to change has been the only way to survive COVID-19's punch on food spots, which have been limited to takeout only since mid-March. Many businesses were forced to cut staff, hours, and menus and apply for loans to stay open. Some who couldn't closed permanently. But beginning tomorrow, customers can again go sit down for a meal, as long as they're willing to sit outside and keep their distance. Buffets and functions still aren't allowed, and waitstaff must wear cloth coverings or masks. With waiting areas closed, reservations are recommended to ensure tables are disinfected. Sanitizing stations must also be available.
We can pretty much recreate a whole restaurant outside.
In Ringe, staff has returned to the Woodbound Inn for training to reopen Wednesday with a dinner for first responders and healthcare workers before welcoming the public back on Thursday.
It's a soft opening to help the staff go through the motions of being open.
Unlike urban and downtown restaurants often limited by storefront and sidewalk space, owner Rudy Rosales has 45 acres to make the new dining measures work, but after having to postpone weddings through July and refund lodging deposits, he says the clock is ticking to make up some of the lost revenue.
In our vision, we have 7 weeks to make this work.
The outdoor seating only option lasts at least through the end of the month, when the governor says his stay-at-home order will be revisited. Reporting live in Manchester tonight, Tyler Dumont, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into national news. In national news, Obama openly criticizes Trump's administration coronavirus response. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
To U.S. politics now, and former President Obama criticizing the Trump administration's handling of the coronavirus crisis. ABC's Rachel Scott joins us from Washington with more. Good morning to you, Rachel.
Eva, good morning. This is a rare public rebuke from former President Barack Obama criticizing the coronavirus response. And it comes just 1 week after he slammed the Trump administration's handling of the pandemic on a private call with his former staffers, calling it, quote, an absolute chaotic disaster. This time in a public online commencement address for graduating seniors at historically black colleges and universities, Obama said the U.S. is lacking leadership.
More than anything, this pandemic has finally torn back the curtain on the idea that so many of the folks in charge know what they're doing. A lot of them aren't even pretending to be in charge. If the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you.
And those comments come as the Trump administration blames their predecessors for a depleted stockpile 3 years into the president's term, claiming they left it empty. Eva?
And Rachel, an investigation is now underway into the firing of the State Department Inspector General. Democrats say he was investigating Secretary of State Mike Pompeo.
Yeah, that's right, Eva. That Friday night firing of State Department Inspector General Steve Lennick has now sparked a Democratic investigation. Lawmakers believe this was politically motivated. A White House official tells me this move was recommended by the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, but Democrats say Pompeo was also being investigated himself. A congressional aide telling us the IG was looking into whether Pompeo had misused the political appointee to perform personal tasks for himself and his wife. Democrats are accusing the president of trying to protect one of his most loyal supporters, but the president said he lost confidence in Linick and he will be removed in the next 30 days. Dan?
Okay, thank you, Eva and Rich.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Coronavirus updates for the rest of the world. Moderna says experimental vaccine is generally safe, creates antibodies. It's the first COVID-19 vaccine conducted to be tested on humans in the U.S. Today's biggest developments. 13 sailors test positive again after returning to virus-hit USS Theodore Roosevelt. Wuhan nearly doubles number of COVID-19 tests per day. France confirms 70 new cases in reopened schools. Vatican reopens St. Peter's Basilica as Italy returns to relevantly normal tea. And Modern says experimental vaccine is generally safe and creates antibodies. And we're gonna switch gears now. Let's go into business news. In business news, stock features add to gains on vaccine hope as open nears. Dow features now up 700 points. Features contracts tied to the major U.S. stock index rose sharply Monday, rebounding from losses last week as news from a Moderna trial stoked optimism about a potential coronavirus vaccine. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. And let's take a look at that radar right now and see how your radar is looking like for this Monday morning. And here's a check at that radar for all of you. As you can see, we're going to be seeing some rain showers slowly move into parts of New Hampshire today. And other parts will be just clear and cloudy. Now let's talk about the weather right now. Your weather right now is cloudy, 57 degrees. Weather for today, chance of a shower or two during the morning, followed by partly cloudy skies this afternoon, high 66 degrees, winds east at 5 to 10 miles per hour, chance of rain 30%. And that is a look at your weather. We're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire Life segment. In your New Hampshire Life segment, due to pandemic, families in transition, New Horizon 30th Annual Walk Against Hunger goes virtual. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
Attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart.
A safe distance away from each other, organizers kick off the event from where it was supposed to happen.
We are here live to broadcast all about the Families in Transition New Horizons 30th Walk Against Hunger virtually.
With a live broadcast on social media, the more than 1,000 participants were able to connect with 68 teams from 27 states, all helping to raise more than $80,000 to fight hunger. Many posting selfies in the comments section, showing off where they are walking to support the mission of fighting hunger and homelessness. From Merrimack to Florida, the generosity stretching far and wide. Earlier this year, Families in Transition New Horizons was excited to plan the big 30th event.
When COVID happened, there was a lot of conversations on if we should still hold the event or not.
After seeing other community partners hold successful virtual events, they knew they had to take it all in stride and connect with walkers online. The virus impacting how the event is being held, but also creating a greater need for the services they provide.
If it is accessing our food pantry, and getting your monthly box of food, that's been a huge challenge. Though we are continuing our services, they just look a little different right now.
The nonprofit looks forward to next year in hopes of having everyone back together.
Probably still have a virtual component because this obviously reached a lot of people, and at the end of the day, it helps impact the work that we do.
Donations are still being accepted online. You can find that information on our website and mobile app. Reporting in Manchester, Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Great story there. As you know, remote learning is a new thing for people. Online learning grows in popularity aimed at coronavirus. Let's take a listen to that video with more on this.
Right, we know millions of Americans are working from home and teaching their kids from home, but people are also looking to turn some of their extra time into educational time. Online learning is more popular than ever before, and Becky Worley is back with much more on why master classes are the new go-to. Hey, Becky.
Good morning, Amy. Yeah, that's right. A cross between entertainment and instruction. Online platforms like Masterclass are exploding as those of us on lockdown crave meaningful new experiences.
Perhaps it could live many centuries. He was like a mythical character.
We're consuming more content than ever.
We're seeing people just binge.
And viewers are turning their downtime into a time of learning.
Viewers really want entertainment value that they feel is worth their time. That is why places like Masterclass are seeing this peak in consumer attention, because they want to feel like they're filling their time with something that's worthwhile.
So in these, we can see that the texture's starting to dry out a little bit.
Whether it's grilling or poker, viewers are craving the sense of achievement that comes with learning something new. And online content providers are stepping up. Nikon offering classes on photography.
You're dealing with a lot of chaos and you've got to respond very quickly.
Fender offering ukulele classes.
Down, up, down, up.
Plus the worry of job security leading many people to skills and upscaling classes, from Stanford Computer Science 101 to Khan Academy with an intro to data management.
If you learn a new skill, if you learn how to cook, if you learn how to write, if you learn how to act, maybe you can go to bed that night and feel like, wow, I really accomplished something today.
And stuck at home, viewers are all about DIY, like starting a backyard garden with Ron Finley.
So all of these things can be gardens. Don't look at what it is. Look at what it has the possibility to be.
And during these uncertain times, our very own Robin Roberts offers inspiration in her class on effective and authentic communication.
My favorite mantra is, you have to change the way you think in order to change the way you feel. Say it with me. You got to change the way you think in order to change the way you feel.
Truth. Robin's Masterclass is available right now at masterclass.com. Amy, it was so instructional because it breaks down some of the things that, Robin, you do exquisitely. They're sort of invisible to us, like how to really listen. I learned something about body language and focus. And I have to tell you, I have good friends who work at Masterclass. They told me it was an absolute joy to work with Robin and that you are beloved there internally because of the authenticity and the compassion that you brought to the project.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Hey Becky, thank you. Thank you for that. And I gotta tell you, everyone involved with Masterclass, they could give their own Masterclass on how to treat people. They are wonderful. They provide this kind of like as a safe space for the instructor to share in hopes of helping others achieve their goals, whatever their goals may be. And my class, as you said, emphasizes the benefits of authentically communicating, how to be resilient, how to be optimistic, especially during these challenging times. And it really helps to have these great teammates like you, Becky, Michael, my entire GMA family. So incredibly blessed.
Well, I get to sit next to the master, which is you, Robin, and get to learn his whole business. So thank you, and I'm sure everybody learned a lot from your master class. I got to go check that out, by the way.
Well, hey there, Jim.
Okay, there you go. Very cool indeed. Masterclass. Check it out, everyone. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. In entertainment news, Katy Perry addresses rumors of collaboration with Taylor Swift. Let's take a listen to that video from Good Morning America.
All right, it's time for pop news. Kimberly Brooks is with us. Kimberly, you did a great job yesterday in your inaugural run. Let's go for it again.
All right, Dan, we're going to kick things off with Katy Perry. She is setting the record straight on some rumors about a potential collaboration with Taylor Swift. And the answer is not yet. See, some fans were speculating that they could hear Taylor's voice in the background of Katy Perry's new song Daisies, but Katy Perry went on Hits Radio Breakfast and she put that idea to rest.
No, it's not correct. But the fans are definitely excited for something like that to happen in the future, and I'm always open.
Now, Katy Perry is performing the song Daisies on the American Idol finale tonight. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. And guys, just so you know, American Idol was renewed for a 4th season. All right, now we're going to move to my girl Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, and there you go. So, just not yet, but soon, probably. We'll have to wait and see. And now let's take a look at those celebrity birthdays for today and see which celebrities are celebrating a birthday today. And happy birthday to all of these celebrities. We hope they have a wonderful birthday and a wonderful day. And thank you for joining us for this Monday edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. Have a great rest of your Monday, everyone. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Good Morning New Hampshire. Goodbye, everyone.